What's up, y'all? Joe. So this is a video I want to talk about, like comparing some features from Premiere Pro from over to DaVinci, right? Some of the things that I would like to see get changed, right? Now, I mentioned before I do like DaVinci Resolve. I really have very little complaints about it, right? But obviously practicing in Premiere Pro, I guess the one thing I can appreciate about Premiere is that because Premiere has been in the game for a long ass time, just about every shortcut that you can think about is available in Premiere Pro, right? There's so many ways to do the same thing in Premiere Pro that, yeah, it's almost like impossible to fucking memorize every shortcut, right? But that's the cool thing about Premiere Pro that I appreciate is that there's more than one way to do something. Whether you do a right click, you find a command, you find a shortcut, you can create a hotkey or whatever, right? One thing I like about Premiere Pro is that, say if like I made a rough cut, right? You know, I got my edits and other good stuff, and for whatever reason I want to like delete something, right? Now there are a few ways to go at it. Obviously, you know, you can select this, you can delete that. Again, you can select that. I hold shift and I hold backspace and it does a ripple delete, right? Or there's the way how I do it, which is as a macro, where it selects everything at the fucking at the playhead. I hold shift and backspace and delete, and it does like a ripple delete for me, right? Now I have a macro set up, that's why I have this like extreme like shortcut, you know, created, right? But this select clip at playhead does not exist in DaVinci, and that makes me a little bit sad, right? But I found a little bit of a workaround for that. So if we go back to DaVinci here, there is no command to select that playhead, right? Say if I want to delete this, and you know, I can select it with the mouse, you know, I can hit backspace, and then you have your gap or whatever, right? But if we go to like the shortcuts menu, say select, there's no real select at playhead. The only thing that is close to it is set select nearest clip or gap, shift V, right? Now I set it to F1 and I'll show you why in a bit, right? So at the moment I have it at shift V. I think that's the default, I'm not sure. So if I hit shift V, it selects the clip, but the problem that I'm having is it doesn't select everything, right? Unlike Premiere Pro, it will select everything straight through at the playhead, right? Which I think is a bit of a bummer, right? Something that I did was basically, if we go back to our commands here and go to select, so select nearest clip / gap. I put this on the F1 key, right? As you can see here. Now if we select the backspace, you know, that's delete the selected. I also put it on F2, right? So F1, it's to select the nearest clip or gap. F2 is backspace, right? So the reason why I do that is basically almost like a quick shortcut. I hit F1, then F2, delete. F1, then F2, backspace. F1 selects the gap, then F2, it deletes it, right? Now that seems like a lot of work. So something that I did at the moment is that I created like a macro on my mouse to do that function for me, right? So now it's basically, I hit one macro on my mouse. There it goes, a lot quicker, right? So that's why I'm trying to encourage you guys to use macros, right? So if there's something you want to try to do, is create that macro for yourself in the mouse, and that can help you edit a lot faster, right, in DaVinci. So if there's like a little section here that you want to cut out, sure, you can do this. You can select it, I hold shift, then backspace, and does like a ripple delete, right? Or in my case, I just have a macro set up, so it's like 1, 2, 3, you know, it becomes mental in memory. Like you hit it 3 times really quick, 1, 2, 3, boom. It's a lot faster, right? Rather than doing this shit, holding shift and backspace. They're nanoseconds, right? It's not that big of a deal, you know, but you know, when you start to edit and you want to save some time, doing that does help a bit, right? And now I know in my head, I just have to hit it 3 times really quick, 1, 2, 3. There it goes, done, right? So yeah, look into that if you want to like be able to like select a little gap or a section of your edit, right? At least for me, like the moment I put it on F1, which is select the nearest clip or the gap, I put that on F1. Then on F2, it's basically delete selected, which is backspace, right? But I also put that now on F2, so they're together, right? So that way, if you don't have like the macro setup, you know, you can just put your playhead wherever you want and hit F1, F2, F1, F2, F1, F2. You can do that a lot quicker, right? Or you can go old school, just go and then delete, right? Do like the mouse thing, right? But again, I try to use macros as much as possible. So, you know, having it set up in a macro is a lot quicker. 1, 2, 3. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know, it's just a lot easier doing it that way for me. But anyways, a quick little video I wanted to do. So anyways, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Take care and peace.